Hi, this is Saint Jerome of Crypto Experiences bringing you another crypto experience. This time we're going to talk about Litecoin. Recently, Litecoin had its 10th year anniversary. So I'd like to discuss a little bit about this fantastic crypto. So I changed the banner behind me and you can see that it's the 10th anniversary of Litecoin. And here is the symbol. I'll duck myself out of the picture real quick. So it's the 10th year of Litecoin. And Litecoin was created by Charlie Lee. So on the screen now, you can see the Litecoin symbol, and this is its founder, Charlie Lee. I'm going to be reading from coinloan.io to get some background information on Litecoin. I knew it pretty well, but I thought it'd be better to get a good, reliable source and go through it. So it was invented in 2011 by Charlie Lee. Charlie was a Google employee, and it was a Bitcoin fork. But with a few differences, Lee wanted to make a similar network aimed at fast payments. That's why the block generation time for Litecoin is 4 times faster. Instead of 10 minutes, it takes only 2.5 minutes per block. Litecoin network uses a different consensus mechanism called a script, which isn't so demanding in terms of resources. Also, it was supposed to be a cheap cryptocurrency. The maximum supply cap was raised to 84 million coins. Bitcoin has 21 million coins. Now, this is going from my memory now, but I do believe that the Bitcoin blocks are 8 megabytes and the Litecoin blocks are 32 megabytes. So that helps in the speed. There are 84 million Litecoins going to be mined, still not a lot. And there's only 21 million Bitcoins going to be mined. A lot of people compare Bitcoin as digital gold and Litecoin as digital silver. So if that's a fair comparison, we'll see. The idea of Litecoin quickly became popular. Miners liked it because they could mine it on their personal computers and laptops. Being one of the first Bitcoin forks and actually proposing some changes to the original code, Litecoin seemed like an independent currency not standing on the primary currency's shoulders. After some initial phase of development, Charlie Lee left Google and dedicated himself to full-time Litecoin development. Besides Lee, some other developers joined the project and the coin got a development team. So now I just have another screen up to show, to compare, and people have done this when they make these little tokens here that aren't anything but a representation of the idea. They usually have Bitcoin being gold, and they usually have Litecoin in a silver color, carrying on that same idea. Being the creator of Litecoin, Charlie became very respected in the crypto community. And while Bitcoin was struggling with its legacy and torn about debates about future upgrades, the Litecoin team could implement all necessary changes. Litecoin was a coin that was used to try the technology of atomic swap on September 20th with Decreed and Litecoin being directly swapped for each other. Next, developers completed the Bitcoin to Litecoin transaction, which was also successful. Nowadays, we see a lot of atomic swaps performed by many different chains. Also, Litecoin supports the same technology as Bitcoin does. Due to its similar code base, Litecoin was the first network to activate SegWit soft fork in 2017, which later was activated in the Bitcoin network as well. So, and off of Litecoin, there's been many forks. So I find that interesting. Dash is a well-known coin on its own. It's a fork off of Litecoin. Einsteinian, the purpose of this coin was funding scientific researches. And you can find it on some large crypto exchanges. Feathercoin, not familiar with that one. It's even lighter and faster version of Litecoin as it had it pumps in 2017, but doesn't show much signs of life now. Junk coin, never heard of it. The first fork of Litecoin ever creatively, primarily for mining purposes, I guess. Monacoin, I've heard of that. Another 2013 fork, crypto for peer-to-peer payments. It's alive, but not very popular. Litecoin Cash, I remember this fork. As I came into cryptos a little bit late, I was in about 2015, 2016, and Litecoin was one of the first coins I purchased, primarily, to be honest, because Coinbase carried Bitcoin and Litecoin, and those are the two. And then soon we had the Bitcoin Cash fork. And now you go to Coinbase, wow, there's a lot of different kind of currency there now. I remember Litecoin Cash, they went up in a balloon with some drops, and they went technically in the outer space and dropped some Litecoin cash around. So that was pretty cool. I remember actually followed the balloon up. They had a video of it. It's probably still on the web somewhere. And Cloak Coin. It's a private coin for 2014, which was about a hype about a lot of private about privacy. All right. There's some controversy around Litecoin. During 2017, the whole market was pumping up like crazy. That was Bitcoin had a really high that year, I think right around 20,000, and Litecoin went all the way up to in the $300 range. So it was like went from 30 350 bucks in a short amount of time. Charlie Lee made a controversial move by selling his stack of Litecoins on the peak, but it wasn't because he lost faith in his creation. He just didn't want to be financially involved in the ecosystem, which would let him work on it without everybody saying that Charlie had some other ulterior motive, because everybody knows in the cryptocurrency community, Charlie Lee is a very good guy. So here's the Litecoin screen I put up there. I just thought I'd change some screens now. My head is going to fill inside the Litecoin. Boop, there I am. So I'll continue just a little bit more quoting. There's also a new Mimblewimble upgrade to the network coming. It will improve scalability and privacy for Litecoin. And Charlie Lee says that these features will make it a lot better than anything Monero or Zcash has to offer. It's easy to implement anything and test new things on Litecoin because, according to Lee, it takes forever to get anything implemented on Bitcoin because consensus is slow. With Litecoin, we can do it. We can do something. We can move pretty fast on it. So cryptocurrency will continue to live on and update regularly. So, and one other interesting thing is there's now a lot of DeFi platforms coming out, and Litecoin is a big one to invest in DeFi. I don't know too much about DeFi. I've played around with it a little bit. I put a couple Litecoins on the Voyager network, and it pays, let's call it interest. I believe when I got in, it's about 6% a year on top of whatever the fluctuation of price is too. So I did it kind of playing around, but it seems to be a pretty good thing. Of course, if you don't actually have the coins in your hand and on exchange, you could be, if something happened to the exchange, and Voyager seems to be fine now, you could possibly lose your coins. There are a lot of podcasting personalities who promote Litecoin heavily, and that's how I first got into Litecoin. This is Bix Weir, and he's famous for his site Road to Ruta. He's also quite the musician, has written several crypto songs. If you can look him up on the web, YouTube can be a little funny sometimes, but I think you probably can still find his Litecoin song. He sang the song "Litecoin is a right coin," and in the Litecoin Summit about 2 years ago, Dick Algeier, Bix, and Joe Snips got together and did a little trio building out that song, and then Bix sings it regularly on his podcast when it's appropriate for that. So I met Bix in 2019. A very sincere man, very good, and his theories seem very, 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 very correct. So this is one man who really pushes Litecoin and seems to be a very good guy. This is John Kim, and John went around the country living on Litecoin. He kind of gave up everything and decided to promote Litecoin, and now he has a podcast, and he's been quite successful. I came to know about John because he went around and he was able to visit with several of the podcasters that were very popular at the time. Bix Weir, as we just demonstrated. He also went to see Joe Snips and did a funny video with him, music video. Bitcoin Ben, and Litecoin Lisa, I believe. He's really been around the place. A very humorous man too, and he loves Litecoin, and he's a fun guy to listen to, and I would recommend him highly. This is the crypto podcaster Litecoin Lisa, and you can tell by her name that she very much promotes Litecoin. She promotes the fact of how quick it is and its uses currency, and we should be able to get to the point where cryptos can run hand in hand with any kind of fiat, and actually they're much better than fiat. So it's Litecoin Lisa, and I highly recommend her also too as a podcaster. You can catch her on YouTube, and she I think she's going to try some other podcasting. She also is on Library, I believe, too. Although not a very flattering picture of Clint Westwood, he does have a Litecoin sweatshirt on right now. So he's a very big promoter of Litecoin. He talks about how it's digital money for the digital age, and it replaces that dirty fiat. When you have Litecoin, you really have something, and it's limited. It's valuable. He does a happy hour with Litecoin Lisa every Friday, and once a month they've been traveling across the United States, having meetups on a Friday night and then a crypto class on Saturday. I believe they've been to New Jersey. I'm going to have a hard time naming the rest of them, but he is going to be with Lisa here in November in Peoria. I believe it's November the 12th and 13th. Okay. And before I go, I had to share a picture of Clint Westwood with his Digibug. I don't know the background on that. I'm going to say that maybe it's sponsored by Digi, that he used Digi to purchase it. I don't know. I'll have to ask him, but he calls it the Digibug, and he uses it to travel all across country. I know Lisa and him have used it to travel across country to visit these various crypto conferences and meetups that they have. So Clint's a very good guy. And the last of the podcasters I'll present that promote Litecoin is Bitcoin Ben. Now, going by his name Bitcoin, he of course promotes Bitcoin. He also has a company Calyx, and they provide crypto-ready computers that are that only are for crypto only, to keep them more secure. And you're going to work with a lot of that offline, so you don't have anybody trying to hack your computer or anything. He helped set me up with Divi, helped me to establish a node in Divi. So that's another big thing he promotes. And he's setting people up across the country into crypto businesses. I know now they're going to El Salvador, his company. There's a lot of advantages for doing some offshore cryptocurrency with the newly adopted Bitcoin legal tender in El Salvador. Sounds very exciting. So I picked this shot. It's a good shot of Ben in the early days, and there's his Litecoin sign promoting Litecoin in the background. Now, various companies now, crypto companies, will have debit cards you can actually spend crypto with into fiat without a lot of hassle. One of those that works very well is from the Litecoin Foundation, and you can deposit Litecoin with them, and then it will convert your Litecoin into fiat at the point of purchase, which is really handy. I've used it a little bit. I've used other debit cards for crypto, and they work very well. So people say, well, how do I spend it if I need it? Well, here's a way you can here. You just fund your debit card with Litecoin, put 1, 2, 3, 4 Litecoins in there, and then you can spend any place. You can spend at the gas station, spend at the grocery store. Very handy, and it kind of gives you an emergency fund. I personally don't like to touch my crypto. I think it's going to go very, very well in the future, and I think fiat's going to be in trouble. So I'd rather hodl my fiat, that's hold on for dear life. I have that philosophy. I'm not a day trader. I just don't have the time to do it, and I kind of believe in dollar cost averaging in things. And if you put a little bit at a time, it seems to even out. And I have total faith that the different cryptos that are strong and good cryptos like Bitcoin, Litecoin, even Ethereum, I think they're going to do very well. So this is a way you can now spend your Litecoin if you need to. And lastly, going along with the idea of Litecoin being very good currency, and I see it being going to be used in replacing fiat as it already is, and with especially on the Lightning Network, will be very quick transactions, and you can go across the world just lickety split. This is the Ballet CEO is Bobby Lee. Well, guess who Bobby Lee is? He is the brother of Charlie Lee. These are two very, very intelligent men. One went to Stanford, and one went to MIT, I believe. And I'm a Ballet ambassador. I think it's a very good wallet for beginners. I think it's a very good wallet to give crypto to friends and family, get them introduced. It's also a good wallet for keeping large amounts of crypto. I like the Pro series for that. And the Pro series, you have 3 wallets, and you can split them out into different locations that are very, very secure. And then you have a lot of security that you won't lose your funds. They're non-hackable as long as the crypto is on the wallet. It's a hard wallet. It's not hooked up any way electronically to anything. It's like a very good paper wallet, except it's made out of steel. It's very solid, looks like a credit card. I'll put up a picture here in a second. But Bobby Lee, Charlie's brother, is the CEO of the company, and I am an ambassador. So I'll leave my discount codes below, and you can hook up on the discount code, and I'll get a little credit, and you can get a discount. So I'm going to put up before I go, I'm going to put a picture up of a Ballet Litecoin wallet. And as I finish up this somewhat lengthy video, and I'm glad to finally get back and do another video. It's been about 3 weeks. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to be a little bit quicker next time. But I'm enjoying my crypto experiences. Well, this is a mock-up of a Litecoin wallet. It's credit card size. It's made out of steel. On the outside is a sticker, and that sticker has your public key on it. So that's where someone can scan that and send you Litecoin. Or actually, it holds 100 coins. Litecoin is one of them. This one has Litecoin on the outside, so it's the first thing that's up on the app, but it has 100 coins altogether or more. And so then when you want to send your crypto, if it's a Litecoin that this wallet is named after, or if it's another crypto, it's Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and like I said, about 100 other cryptos. You peel back the sticker on the front that's underneath the public code, and it's part of your transaction of your private key. And then if you look down below, it says wallet passphrase scratch off, and you scratch that off. Then you take the 2 together and put it in the app on your cell phone or on your desktop. Put those codes in, and then you can send your crypto off to where you need to. So it's very good for storage. And daily transaction, you could do it, but might be a little bit more burdensome, but definitely good for storage. And there's other ways you might use a one in small amounts and carry it with you. That might be a good way to do that. So, well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below on whichever format we're in today. And I thank you. And I also would appreciate if you're interested, you can take a look at the Ballet wallet with the codes I have listed below. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.